Did you discuss this factor? I mean,
Yes, of course.
yes.
Tony Randall wasn't just another actor. He was a legend. For more than 6 decades, he graced the stage and screen with charm, wit, and unmatched versatility. Best remembered as Felix Unger in The Odd Couple, Randall earned critical acclaim and the enduring affection of audiences worldwide. But while his career shone brightly, his personal life sparked endless whispers, particularly surrounding his unconventional marriages. From a long first marriage without children to a second marriage with a woman 50 years his junior, Tony's choices often puzzled the public. Now, 2 decades after his passing, his wife Heather has finally shared her truth, shedding light on the man behind the speculation. Born Ari Leonard Rosenberg on February 26, 1920, in Tulsa, Oklahoma, Tony grew up in a modest home with parents who never fully understood his artistic soul. His father, a practical businessman, struggled to see value in acting, while his mother provided quiet support. Everything changed when young Tony saw a touring ballet company perform, an experience that awakened a lifelong passion for the arts. But in conservative Tulsa, his gift for mimicry and flair for drama were seen as distractions, not talents. Despite discouragement, Tony pressed forward, eventually enrolling at Northwestern University to study speech and drama before leaving for New York to train under Sanford Meisner and Martha Graham. His talent deepened, but World War II interrupted his journey. He served 5 years in the U.S. Army, gaining the discipline and perspective that would later shape his performances. After the war, Randall returned to New York and began rebuilding his dream. His early work came through radio, voicing roles like Reggie in I Love a Mystery. It wasn't fame, but it was a start. By the mid-1940s, he was performing alongside greats like Katharine Cornell in The Barretts of Wimpole Street and Antony and Cleopatra. Each role sharpened his craft and earned him respect in the theater world. When television emerged in the early 1950s, Randall adapted effortlessly, earning his first big break as the lovable history teacher Harvey Westcott in Mr. Peepers. His warmth and intelligence won audiences over, and his 1955 Broadway performance in Inherit the Wind proved he was more than just a comic actor. He was a force. Hollywood soon followed with Will's success Spoil Rock Hunter, No Down Payment, and a Tony Award nomination for Oh, Captain. Randall was no overnight star, but rather a craftsman who built his reputation on persistence and pure love for performance. As the 1960s unfolded, Randall became a Hollywood staple. He charmed in romantic comedies like Pillow Talk, Lover Come Back, and Send Me No Flowers alongside Doris Day and Rock Hudson, perfecting the role of the witty, urbane best friend. Yet he also explored darker, more experimental roles, including the 1964 film The 7 Faces of Dr. Lao, where he played 8 distinct characters, a testament to his imagination and daring artistry. While many actors faded into typecasting, Randall thrived on variety. On screen, he could be tender, hilarious, or chilling. And on stage, he remained devoted to the craft that had once seemed impossible to pursue. Off-screen, Randall's personal life took a quieter path. He married his first wife, Florence Gibbs, in 1938, long before fame found him. Their marriage lasted over 50 years, filled with loyalty and quiet devotion, though they never had children. Her death in 1992 left Tony heartbroken. 3 years later, he shocked the public when he married Heather Harland, a woman 50 years younger. He was 75. She was 25. The tabloids buzzed, the public speculated, and many doubted the sincerity of their love. But those who knew them best spoke of a deep, genuine connection built on shared laughter, warmth, and respect. Together, they created a life far removed from Hollywood glitz, simple, loving, and full of companionship. Their marriage brought Tony a joy he had never known before, especially when he finally became a father. At 77, Tony welcomed his daughter, Julia, followed a year later by his son, Jefferson. It was a chapter no one expected. The veteran actor now cradling babies, embracing late fatherhood with open arms. The world watched with fascination, some admiring his courage, others questioning his choice. Could a man approaching 80 truly raise young children? Tony never cared about the criticism. He often joked that he'd always wanted kids but was too old to have a wife. Now, with Heather, he finally had both. He poured his energy into fatherhood, savoring every moment, knowing time was precious. Heather later revealed that Tony was determined to document their life together, filming family moments so his children would have memories of him after he was gone. When Tony Randall passed away in 2004, Julia was only 7 and Jefferson 6. Heather faced the challenge of raising them alone while keeping her husband's legacy alive. She did so with quiet strength, avoiding the temptation to turn their home into a shrine, instead surrounding the children with laughter, stories, and friends who knew Tony best. In the years since, she has remained devoted to philanthropy and the arts, the same passions that defined Tony's life. Tony Randall's story is one of perseverance, talent, and the courage to live authentically, even when the world didn't understand. From a misunderstood boy in Tulsa to a Hollywood icon, from a devoted husband to a late-in-life father, he defied expectations at every turn. His legacy reminds us that love, art, and joy know no age, and that life, like his performances, is most meaningful when lived on one's own terms.